Hello, welcome to my secret story. Subscribe and wait till the end. My kid and my best mate smashed my trust to smithereens, and I'm still picking up the pieces they bang on about trust being the glue of a family. Yeah, but what happens when one grubby secret blows it all to bits? Turns your life into a sodding sham. I'm talking betrayal that punches you in the guts, leaves you staggering round your own gaff like it's a stranger's dive, wondering if any of it was ever real. This ain't some polished tale. This is my bloody mess. And mate, nothing, not a single sodding thing, could have braced me for the muck I dug up. Still see that moment, sharp as a blade, when my world flipped. You know that nag in your belly. That itch you can't claw at, whispering something's bent. Had it for weeks, months maybe, ignored it, 'cause I'm a daft mare who thought, nah, I'm knackered. Seeing ghosts, being a drama queen, but deep down, I bloody knew. Just didn't want to cop it. Truth's a vicious sod, doesn't give a toss if you're ready, smashes through like a lorry, leaves you in bits. Was your bog-standard wife, bog-standard mum, loved my crew, played my part, kept the wheels turning. Kept the wheels turning. Life wasn't a picnic, whose is, but I wasn't sniffing for trouble. Then one daft tick, one slip, flipped it all upside down. Wasn't digging, wasn't playing detective, pure fluke, one glance, one cock up, universe going. Oh, I have a butcher's at this going. Oh, we have a butcher's at this. Shambles you call home. Wish I could rewind and see it, but nah. Once it's in your skull, it's bolted there gnawing at you. This ain't your run-of-the-mill cheating yarn. Not just a fellow with a bit on the side or a marriage gone stale. This digs deeper, darker, right into the marrow, 'cause the one I nabbed, the one hiding a secret so twisted it'd make your head spin, was the last sod I'd ever pegged when it landed. Felt like my chest caved in. Stood there, rooted, gasping, thinking, no chance. This ain't real, this ain't me. But it was. And mate, it was just the bloody kickoff. Before I drag you into this pit, do me a favor. Smack that subscribe on Shocking Infidelity Saga. 'Cause what I'm about to spill, it'll flip your take on trust, leave you gobsmacked, and trust me, you gobsmacked. And trust me, we're barely out the gate. Ever look back, spot those tiny ticks, so small you barely clocked them, where if you'd squinted, you'd have seen the storm brewing. Hindsight's a cruel git, rubs your nose in every sign you dodged, every hint you let slide. They were there. I just didn't want to see, 'cause if I did, if I owned the rot under my roof, I'd have to face something I wasn't ready for. That my lot, my heart, weren't what I reckoned. When it wasn't all Bedouined a bit. Let's set the scene. I reckon I was happy once. Or I convinced myself I was. Maybe that's the same deal. Did what you meant to, built a nest, raised a lad, gave my fellow Rob everything I had. Met him young, fell fast. He was a charmer, big plans, walked into a room and owned it. Didn't even try, just had that pull. I was mad for him, proper daft. I was mad for him, proper daft. Giggling like a kid when he'd sling me a wink over a warm pint at the local. Hitched quick. Thought it'd be all love and larks. Stupid as that sounds now, but marriage, it shifts. Starts with fire and fizz. Then years creep in, turns to routine, distance, dead air. First it was little niggles. Him late at the garage, not asking how my shift at the chippy went, not clocking when I tarted up for him. Then bigger rot, missed suppers, calls he dodged, chats like pulling teeth, no spark, just going through the motions. We were just there. Two bodies in a house, playing through the motions. We were just there. Two bodies in a house, playing. House not seeing each other no more. Loneliness hit, weird kind. Worse than being solo, 'cause he was right there, perched on a stool while I fried spuds, yapping about dinosaurs, mates, whatever popped in his noggin. We were tight, tighter than most. I'd tuck him in. He'd grin up, all trust and love, pure as you like. But he grew, started drifting. Thought it was normal. Lads stretched their legs. Need space, but with Jake, it wasn't just growing, it was vanishing. One day, I woke up. Didn't know him no more, stopped spilling his life. Door locked tight, phone locked tight. Phone flipped down, buzzing with texts he never explained. Nights he didn't roll in, days he barely grunted. I'd ask, "You all right, mate?" Nod, brush off, busy, got stuff on, told myself it's fine. He's a man now, his own world, but my gut screamed no. Should have pushed Doug. Cool as if I had. Maybe I'd have clocked it. Maybe I wouldn't be here, hands shaking, staring at my own kid, asking, "Who the hell are you? What have you done?" The buzz that started at thought. When your life flips, you'd feel it. Big, big, big. Red flag. Air going heavy. Something cosmic to tip you off. Nah. It's the quiet ticks that gut you. No bells. Just a buzz on a counter. Was late, house dead. That creepy hush when it's all asleep. I was up, parked at the table, nursing a cold tea, staring at Nout. Been doing that a lot. Too wired to kip. Too knackered to budge. Then I heard it. Faint buzz, ignored it. But it went wet. But it went again and again. Jake's phone sat there, face down. Something made me pause. Maybe the hour. Maybe that nag in my belly going, "Look, you daft sod," told myself in being thick. He's grown, got mates, a job. Course he gets texts. But it buzzed again, eyes flicked over. Just a sec, just a peek. Bam, a name. Not one I knew. Not his lads, not work. A woman's name, then the punch. I can't believe we're doing this. Breath snagged. Told myself it's Nout. Misread it, some daft lark. But nah, I knew. Wasn't just words, it was sneaky, dodgy, wrong. Yanked my eyes off. Heart thumping too fast. Hands clammy. Didn't get why I was freaking. He's a man. Can date who he likes. But why'd it feel off? Why'd my insides twist? Footsteps. His froze me. Mine, my insides twist. Footsteps. His froze me. Mine, racing. Hadn't touched it. Hadn't done out wrong. But he stepped into the dim kitchen. Eyes shot to that phone. Body tensed, then eased too quick. Grabbed it sharp, like I'd nabbed a secret. Swallowed hard. Kept my voice steady. Up late, I said. Up late, I said. He didn't look. Yeah, couldn't sleep. Fingers hovered, flipped it, shoved it in his pocket, caught it. That pause, that flicker of guilt, wanted to yell. "Who's that? What's up?" But I clammed up. Scared of what he'd say, nodded, watched him grab water. Shoulders stiff, air thick as tar. Knew something was bent. Wasn't stopping till I sussed it. Suspicions a greedy sod shove, let it go. Walked off, buried it. Told myself I'm seeing things, but nah, once you twig something's off, it grows. Digs, claws in. Twists your head. Makes you doubt every bloody thing. Worst bit, turns you into a stranger to yourself. Barely slept. Lay there, replaying it. His hesitation, the grab, the dodge, just a text, just a name. So why'd it feel like the floor was caving? Morning came, told myself I'm over it, being daft, but he walked in, looked different, not just knackered, guarded, like he knew I'd clocked something. That's when it hit, that shift, when you cop someone you love, someone you birthed, is hiding muck. Every tick went wonky. Started watching, not to trap him, not 'cause I wanted grief, 'cause I couldn't shake it. Late nights, hushed calls, way he jumped when Rob spoke. And that door always locked now, never was before. Not even when he was a stroppy teen, stood outside it once, hand hovering. What was I doing? Gonna knock? Say what? Oh, I saw a dodgy text. Spill it, couldn't, wouldn't. Guy saying it out loud. No turning back, wasn't ready, but the real kicker, what kept me up? What wasn't just him, it was me. This wasn't just a hunch. It was deeper, darker, something I couldn't name. Made my guts churn, hands shake. Shouldn't feel this. Hated myself for it. Was it 'cause Rob was half gone? And now Jake too, or worse. Something I couldn't do, or worse. Face, Nonsy Betty in Rob's, old Meston. Betty stuck her beak in. Old Biddy next door, 70-odd, all gossip and tea. Caught me one morn, fag in hand. eyeing Jake's car peeling off. "Sum it up with that lad," she said, squinting. "Seen him sneaking round odd hours. You alright, love? Didn't want to hear it. Told her mind your own, but it stuck. 'Cause Betty's a nosy sod, but she's sharp. Saw what I didn't wanna." Said Rob's been odd too. "Late shifts my arse. Reckon it's got a bird at that garage." Laughed it off. "Reckon it's got a bird at that garage." Laughed it off. Rob, nah. He's just a workhorse. But her words wormed in. 'Cause Rob had been weirder, coming home stinking of oil and nought else. No chat, no spark, just grunts. Was he in on this rot too? Or just another brick falling off our crumbling heap? The box, another brick falling off our crumbling heap. That gutted me, didn't mean to find it. Wasn't hunting. But I did. And after, now it was the same. Was tidying his room. Daft habit, he's grown. No call for it, but old ways cling. Used to sort his chaos when he was little. Told myself I'm just dusting. Folding a shirt, being mum. Then I saw it. Box under his bed. Small, wooden, flimsy latch. Now't odd, right? Except I'd never clocked it. Pulse went wild. Knew it held something I shouldn't see. Should've legged it. Left it. Left it, but fears a git. Makes, ooh, you daft. Hands moved before I could stop. Latch popped easy, like it was waiting. Wish I hadn't. Wish I'd stayed blind. Letters, handwritten, stacks, folded tight, hiding from light, throat locked, hands shook, picked one up, told myself it's old, junk, then read. Blood froze. I can't stop thinking about you. Every time we're together I feel alive. I know it's wrong, but I can't stay away. You make me feel stuff I haven't in years. Every line sliced me. Wasn't a fling. Wasn't a laugh. It was heavy, secret, messed up, rifled through, frantic, eyes blurring. Then an email, printed, not just feelings, a place, hotel, date, meeting. Gripped it so hard my knuckles went white. This was real, happening, and I still didn't know who dropped him. And still didn't know who dropped him. Body blazing. Wanted to scream it's not true, but it was. Who was he meeting? Why'd it scare me witless? Shoved him back, stumbled up. Gripping the bed, had to know. 'Cause my gut said this was worse than I could fathom. Wasn't ready. Not Jake's. Old scars mind spun back. Old stuff bubbling up. Jake at 15. Moody sod. Got nabbed nicking fags from the corner shop. Caught him with a busted lip once. Said he'd scrapped with my teats, but his eyes dodged mine. Something bigger then. Never then. Never pushed, thought it pass, now it hit. Was at the start. Secrets piling up, little lies growing into this. Or was it me? Too soft, too blind, letting him drift. 'Cause Rob was checked out, and I was drowning in my own muck. Maybe I'd lost him years back, and this was just the rot spilling out. The night I saw the bloody loathad to see it, had to know, 'cause no matter how many letters I found, how many calls I caught, part of me clung to hope, begged to be wrong. 'Cause if I wasn't, my world would just crack. It'd blow to bits. Followed him that night. Felt like a ghost, numb. Drove to a hotel. Grotty dive you'd miss. Parked far, waited. Minutes dragged like years. Saw his car, then him. My Jake, my lad, dressed sharp, nervy, moving with intent. Another car pulled up, gripped a wheel, breath fogging the glass, froze solid, door opened. She stepped out, and mate, my heart stopped. Her Liz, my best mate, woman I'd spilled my guts to, coffee dates, tears, laughs, held my hand when Rob lifted. Her chest caved, vision swam, ears buzzed, drowning. This wasn't just betrayal, it was a sodding blade, twisting deep. They didn't look round, too easy with it. Like old pros, she smiled, touched his arm. He leaned in, then into the hotel, gone. Couldn't move, couldn't breathe, my kid, my mate together. Hiding this, knew it all along. Saw it now. No running, no same again. The drive back, and Rob's curveball don't recall driving home. Key turning, road back. just silence, thick, choking, road back, just silence, thick, choking, road back, just silence. World moved, cars whizzed, radio hummed, but inside, nout, empty as a drum, house felt off, not home. A stage, all fake, stepped in. Air stale, didn't flick lights, just stood. Mind looping it, nightmare on repeat. Then Rob rolled in. Early for once, stinking of oil and cigs, chucked his keys down, grunted, rough night at the shop, lass called in sick. Had to cover, but his eyes darted, too quick. Betty's jab hit, was he lying too? Some bird at the garage, or just knackered, couldn't tell, didn't care, just nodded. Let him ramble. 'Cause my head was with Jake and Liz. Not this. Home's a bloody farce, no heard Jake coming later. Keys clattered, shoes off, casual as you like. Another night, like he hadn't been with her. Like he didn't carry this. Bomb, peeked, scrolling his phone. Glow on his face, didn't see me. Unbothered. That's what gutted me, not just the act, but him not caring, like I was knout. Wanted to scream. Smash his phone, grab him, howl. How could you? How long? But my tongue stuck. Didn't trust what'd spill. Turned, crept upstairs. No sleep, just ceiling, vultures in my head. Confront him, tell Rob what he'd do, care even. And Liz, would she fake sorry? Or had I been dead to her ages? Phone rang next morn. Her name, innocent, filthy now, stared. Heart thumping, could answer, demand it, or play dumb. Let it ring voicemail, 'cause I wasn't ready, not yet. Rob sodding oblivious at breakfast, paper flipping, coffee slurping, like nout was up, like I wasn't ready to. Torch it all. Sat opposite, stiff, numb, stirred my mug. Answers in the swirl. Tell him, keep it in. Let it rot me. Words sat heavy, begging out. Swallowed and sipped, faked it one more day. Pure agony. Then Betty popped round, tea in hand. You look popped round. Peaky loved. Jake out again last night. Saw him with a lass, dark hair. Reckon it's serious. Shut her up sharp. But her words piled on. Dark hair. Liz. Bloody hell. It was real. Living like a bloody ghost felt like a husk. Moving, breathing. But not me. Not real. Just a shell. One question gnawing. What now? Days blurred. Every chat fake, every tick on glass, waiting to crack, barely ate, slept, breathed, calls when I stopped. It hit, what now? Tell Rob, say, your lad's with my mate. Watch him break. Torch it all or bury it, live with it past Jake in the hall. Nod at Liz calls, smile at Rob's, you okay? Keep this life I don't know, or burn it. Looked at Jake different, studied him. Did he know I knew? See my shakes, hear my cracks, or think him still blind, his mum. Not sure who we were now? Maybe he wasn't either. Liz, her name on my phone, calls, texts, waiting. Knew I was off, still pushing, like she could talk her way out, like she hadn't lied forever. Worst, she was my rock, my only forever. Worst, she was my rock. One left, there when Rob faded. Now the reason Im wrecked, how'd I miss it? Blind, thick, not enough. Pushed him to her, or was it always coming? Weight crushed me. Wasn't built for this. Ugly, wrong, tell it, wreck it all. Wrong, tell it, wreck it all, wasn't ready. Never would wreck it all. B. Sat there, drowning, asking. What now? 'Cause every choice, no same again. Rob's mate Dave drops a bomb and Dave rocked up. Rob's garage pal, big lad. All grease and guffaws. Pint at the local, casual as you like. Rob's been off lately, he said. Eyeing me, reckon he's got summat on. Lass at work maybe, seen him chatting her up. Blonde bit, thought he was just knackered. But now it adds up, mate. Froze. Pint halfway to my gob. Rob too. Bloody hell. Was everyone in on this rot? Or just me? Blind as a bat, Dave shrugged. Just saying, love. Watch him. Left me spinning. Jake and Liz one way, Rob another. House a sodding circus of lies. Betty's tea, and tears Betty dragged me over next day. Tea like tar. Fag smoke curling. Your estate, she said. She said. No messing, spill it. Couldn't hold it. Cracked. Told her. Jake, Liz, hotel, all of it, she didn't blink. Seen worse, love. War took my fella, found him with a nurse. You'll live, but it's muck. Cried into her chipped mug, snot and all. She patted my hand, tough old bird. Said, decide what you want, burn it or build it. Left me with that, tea cold. Had a mess. Jake slip and my snap few nights later. Jake slipped, left his phone on the table, buzzed Liz's name. Meet me tomorrow, love you, grabbed it, stared. Love you, bloody hell, snapped, stormed his room, banged the door, he opened, bleary. What's up, mum? Shoved it in his face. This, you and Liz, what the hell? He went white. Mum, I stammered. No words, just stood there, me shaking. No words, just stood there, me shaking. Yelling, how long, how could you? She's my mate, he sank, head in hands. Months, didn't mean it, just happened. Felt sick, stormed out, left him there. Couldn't look at him, my boy, gone. Rob's reckoning had to tell Rob. Couldn't carry it solo, sat him, had to Rob. Damn kitchen, dim, said, Jake's with Liz, your son, my mate, hotel, all of it. He stared, mug still. What? Voice flat. Told him. Saw her. Letters. Months. He didn't yell. Didn't break. Just sat then. Reckon I knew something was off. Been off. Myself. Lass at work. Confessed. Blonde from Dave's yarn. Not serious. Just lonely. We sat. 2 wrecks. House silent. What now? No clue. Just stared. Lost. Liz face off. She came round. Next day. Bold as brass. Knocked. Let her in. Stood there. Arms stood there. Arms stood there. Arms crossed. You know, don't you? She said. No tears. Yeah. Saw you. Hotel. Jake. Spat it. She nodded. Didn't mean to hurt you. Just happened. Love him. Love him. Punched me. My best mate. My kid. Yelled. Get out. You're dead to me. She left. Just gone. Door clicked. Empty again. Picking through the wreckage of days crawled. Me, Rob, Jake. Ghosts in a shell, barely spoke. Jake moved out. Crash pad with mates. Rob cut the lass. Swore it. Tried fixing us. Awkward chats. Cold suppers. Betty popped in. Tea and nosy looks. You'll sort it, love. Or you won't her way. Dave nodded at me in the pub. Sorry, love, didn't mean to stir, just nodded back. Liz gone. Radio silence, good riddance. But the whole, massive, my boy, my mate, trust. All massive, my boy, my mate, trust. All, massive, my boy, my mate, trust. Ash, your call me Teso. I turn to you, 'cause I'm lost. Nights staring up. No fixes, don't know what's right. What'd you do? Confront your kid. Ask the unaskable. Expose your mate. Tell your fella or shut it. Let it rot you. Poison every tick. Fake it. Vit. Keep going, tell me. Be knifed by your nearest. Learned a truth you can't unsee. Carried a secret not yours. Hit the comments, 'cause maybe someone's got a fix I don't. Ain't just my mess. It's the kind that guts you. I'm not alone. Spill it. What you or chew. I'm not alone. Spill it. What you do. 'Cause this tale's got legs. Hit subscribe. We're miles from done. See you in the next video.